Don't do it for the fame, kids. Don't do it for the fame, because this is just going to be shitty music that's coming out of that, I think.
You're listening to Behind the Drop podcast, where we take you past the lights, beyond the decks, and into the minds of artists that shape the global EDM scene. I'm Erica Corona, coming to you from Bay Area, California, where underground culture meets worldwide sound. This episode features German-Italian dance DJ and producer, Slothacid Record label owner, Sacha Robotti. From Brussels born to now US West Coast based, he has released his first album called I, Robotti, which is out now on Dirtybird Records. We sat down to discuss his journey as a DJ producer, the inspiration for some tracks off his new album, the support and appreciation for Dirtybird and Empire Records, the Bay Area EDM community, and upcoming projects that we can expect this upcoming year. Now let's go behind the drop. Hi everyone, my name's Erica Corona. Welcome to Behind the Drop podcast. I'm with the one and only Sacha Robotti.
What's up?
How are you today?
I'm great. Yeah.
Thank you
for having... A little tired still. It's a little early.
Well, that's what happens when you have a new album.
Well, it's just got to be on a promotional mission.
Yeah, there
as
you go.
As an artist, you know, nowadays especially.
Well, just want to say congratulations on your new album, I, Robotti.
Thank you.
22 tracks.
Thanks. Yeah.
I mean, that is phenomenal.
Thank you. Thank you.
You have house, techno, breakbeat, and electronica all combined in one.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Thank you.
Of course. But before we get to that, let's kind of get a little idea of, you know, who Sacha Robotti is.
Mm-hmm.
So some history, you actually came from a family that's musically talented, right? You played the cello. Your sister is a pianist as well, correct?
Yep.
You've been DJing for so long, but what was that moment that you kind of made yourself realize music is kind of what I want to do for my life and career?
I don't know. Different various moments, I guess. I mean, I played the cello for many years as a kid, and then because my sister, as you say, is a pianist, she's actually also a teacher now, or professor, university professor,
wow.
yeah, for piano in Germany. For like, she's a co-repetitor. I don't know how you say that, but it's like she plays with cellists and double bass, all classical plays. So there's always like the professor and then her.
Two different worlds.
She's on the piano, and then the professor is there, and then the student.
Amazing.
So they kind of teach together. I suppose that's how that works, and so that's why I also included her on the album.
I heard that. Yeah.
Yeah. And
the interlude, which is
great. The interlude, yeah. Wow. Yep.
Yeah, I listened to every single one.
That's great. Thank you.
Of course.
Yeah, and the reason why I picked that particular piece in the interlude was it was a piece that we played, that I played on the cello back in the day, and she played on the piano.
Wow.
And so I just took like a minute or whatever that was and added and made it into this interlude. You're asking me like when did you choose to want to pursue into a DJ career?
Yeah.
And like when I was in Afghanistan, I guess I was working there as an architect in like 2005, 2006, I think. And
time goes by so fast.
It does. It's 20 years ago.
Wow.
That's crazy, huh?
Yeah.
Crazy. And at that time, I was just doing like this 6 months work in Afghanistan, and I just realized I was like in my little room, just working on music, you know, on an architecture mission, let's say. And I was just like, why don't I just do that full time instead of, you know, being an architect? And that was like the moment where I was like, oh,
like that was your calling, right?
Yeah. I mean, I was always into music, but yeah, that was the moment I made a decision.
That's great.
Yeah.
And you're originally from Germany, right? From Brussels and then Berlin.
Hmm.
I
Yeah.
mean, I've seen your pretty much history. You were, part of the DJ duel, like Robosonic with
Yeah.
Chord, and
Hmm.
not just that, but you also are half of Third Culture with with Scion, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Right. Right. Right.
It's crazy. I
Yeah.
mean, and then so many like releases you have from Swara, you also have
Yeah. Yeah.
from,
Been doing this for a minute.
Defected. I mean, so many years and
Right.
30
Right.
years. Like, I mean, what
Yeah.
an impeccable like catalog of
I
just
mean, thank you.
songs
Yeah.
and everything. And then now
Hmm.
to a new album,
Yeah.
which that's,
What a journey,
I
right?
know,
What a
right?
long journey and crazy.
And it's crazy because we've known each other for a few years from,
Yeah, from camp out or something,
Dirtybird
right?
Campo.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think the
Yeah.
first time we ever met was when it
Hmm.
was in Bradley before I went to Modesto
Hmm.
campgrounds.
Hmm.
So I think
2017 or
2016,
something. Yeah.
17, I forgot. But
So the
we,
first year of 2015 was my first time. I think I played pretty much all the campouts, maybe except for one on the West Coast.
uh-huh.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
2015 was your first Dirtybird campo.
right, right. It was there where the Woogie Weekend
Yeah. Yeah.
was, or um. So I don't think we met there. I think it was the
The
second
following city.
location, the Dusty
Okay.
location,
Yeah.
right?
Oh,
Do you remember
yeah.
that? The
Oh,
Dusty? It
yeah.
was like,
It's
or
Bradley, right? I think that's what
I think
it's.
so. It was cool though. It was, I
Yeah.
liked it.
Yeah.
It was a good location.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So yeah. So since then.
All right. Well, let's go to your album now.
Uh-huh.
I listened to all of them. I have so many like
Hmm.
songs that I love, but there were three that just kind of
Hmm.
stood out to me.
Hmm.
So there was Manifest,
Okay.
which is a huge thing for my life, and I
Hmm.
know probably for yours as well. Is manifestation
Yeah.
alters your,
Hmm.
change in perspective of life and
Hmm.
just,
Hmm.
what the universe provides, what you
Yeah.
put into your mind is what
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
out of it.
Hmm.
And so what was your inspiration with that song?
I mean, gotta ask almost like what was Mikey's inspiration, because
Oh, Mikey's the
Mikey
one.
V, he wrote those lyrics, and I think it was
Ah,
like it was a track that was started with Black Hat, Mikey V, Sarita.
Sarita,
They
yeah.
started it, and then I like joined. Um,
Ah,
a few years later, actually, I think that track started during COVID or something.
oh
It
wow.
was like
So
the
it's
first layout, Some of these
interesting.
things have been like laying around in different forms, and then I've just like worked on them and made them kind of my own. And so Mikey V, who's the voice on it,
Mm-hmm.
I think they tried to do something like the Matrix. What's the guy called again? Lawrence Fishburne. It's like it kind of sounds like he would talk.
Interesting.
And Mikey is like a healer. You can also say he's
Okay.
like he's been to Peru, and um he definitely flipped his life around with through healing
Mm-hmm.
and manifestation. I think that's where the inspiration came from, his journey.
Mm-hmm.
And
And also your journey too,
in
because
my
it's
journey,
like,
I identified
yeah,
with that, and so that's why I was like, oh, this is
that's
really
amazing.
great. And yeah, I love that track also.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's one
Manifest
of
your
my
dreams and
favorite. Yeah, it
desires. Yep.
desires. Yep.
Yep.
And then another one too is Fire with
Yeah.
Conejo and
Yeah.
Lucas Frota. And I'm just like,
Yeah. I love
to
that track
me,
also.
honestly, it's like a spiritual, how do I say it?
A
Kind of like a ritual sacrifice.
Yeah, for sure. Mhm.
But what I liked
Yeah.
about it and what I liked about this album
That's
is it had like a freestyle, because I grew up with freestyle music and kind of like rock beats into it.
Okay.
So I really captivated to it.
Yeah.
But
Okay.
but that was the inspiration, right? With that
Thanks.
song.
Well, this once again is like kind of a child, like of
Oh.
different people, right? So the
Yeah.
inspiration was the beat was was something that Lucas Frota had started,
Okay.
and he's Brazilian. He lives in Miami. He's this young producer, very talented, and he made this like baile funk layout,
Mm-hmm.
breakbeat baile funk, you know, layout, and that basically I then arranged to like a larger beat
Mm-hmm.
track, and then we got um Conejo, who is a friend of my friend and mentor, Black Cat.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Which he
Con-
was featured a lot on this
yeah,
album
yeah,
as
yeah.
well.
The album, he worked with me on many of the tracks,
Yeah.
and like connected me with other artists and so on. And it would probably sound different if he was not involved. It would be like a different. It would be probably more just like me, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe like less collapse. I don't know. Something like that. But yeah, we recorded Conejo, who is a rapper from LA, and he's also an actor.
That's awesome.
And then we got Clark Sims,
Mm-hmm.
and Conejo recorded these. He's usually a rapper, like hip hop, you know, um, artistically. But he just came up with these vocals, you know, kind of on the spot. He wrote them down, um, and we just recorded that.
And the song was fire.
Yeah, and the song was
Pretty
fire.
much.
We got Clark Sims as he's really, really, I think, one of the most amazing guitarists, right, bassists
Yeah.
alive,
Yeah.
probably. Who then just like recorded this like electric guitar on it that goes like throughout the whole track and
Mm-hmm.
gives it kind of this like raw edge. And I don't know, it reminds me a little bit of The Prodigy maybe in some ways, and you know, a little more punk attitude. And yeah, I love that track also.
Yeah. Another one too, I have to say, is the Whistle Man.
Oh yeah.
With Felix and Eric D. Clark.
Hmm.
I mean, that was I was like thinking of the what's that guy, Terrell Crews with the whistle like with a whistle from that
Oh
movie,
right.
The White Chicks.
Oh yeah, Terry Crews.
Yeah, Terry Crews.
That's funny.
Yeah. And so that I'm just thinking like, oh man, imagine if this song was like in the club. I could just see someone.
Yeah, for sure.
And what was the inspiration on that?
That was like again a let's do something together. You know,
Okay.
Felix, do you have any like cool layouts, demos? And it's like, yeah, let me let me do something. And he sent me like essentially a minute or something, or a minute and a half of a groove, and this intro that he had with the vocal that he sampled from I don't know where. I think an interview or something, like something on YouTube. Anyway, and it's basically this intro that says like, don't blow your whistle rather than blowing your brains out, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then, I arranged this into longer kind of arrangement, 5 minutes. I had a bass line and added a bass line and recorded some like, like,
Yeah. Yep.
whistles and some claps and then just made it about about the whistle man. This is the whistle man. The whistle man is whistling throughout the whole track. And then we got Eric D. Clark on it. Felix is very famous from Don't You Want Me, from a record from 1992, I think. You should check that out.
I was only 2 years old.
I know.
But yeah.
It was
I
really,
will check it out.
Really, really famous house record. Rave records, big room. I don't even know, but something along those lines. You hear 1 second of it and you know it immediately also.
Oh yeah.
And that was like his like huge moment in music history, and essentially. And so it was him, and then Eric D. Clark is very famous from lots of things, but mainly from for his role in the song "From Disco to Disco."
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you know that one, but it goes like this, like "From disco to disco." Da-na-na, you know. Anyway, this whole song is just basically him singing on this really cute kind of disco-y beat, disco house-y beat, and that was like released in what was it, in the 90s also. It was a really big record in Europe, um he's yeah, he lives in Berlin right now. He's California born. He's a cultural
Nice.
icon, you can say, in many ways, and also like a queer, gay queer icon, and just like a really sweet dude. And he came up with these like very soulful additions, vocal ad libs, and like um, yeah, little phrases. Whistle like a freak, you know.
Yeah. That's
um,
why I was like, Terry Crews, like,
yeah,
like
right.
that's what was in my mind. I was like, oh yeah, like this is just a fun song,
Yeah, it is, and people really react to it in a very positive way, and so mission accomplished.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
every song
yeah.
has just it's just there's like this positive attitude. I know,
Mm,
you pour your
I try.
heart and your soul into, this is your first album. So you
Yeah,
literally,
first solo album.
yeah,
Yeah.
first solo album. So I
Yeah.
mean, you just killed it. I
Thank
mean,
you.
no,
That's really sweet.
it was just
Thank you.
amazing. And out, just not just being a fan, but a friend as well. Like,
I appreciate you.
I'm just super proud of you of all the
Thank
hard work
you.
that you put
Thanks.
into it.
Thank you.
Little fun fact,
Uh-huh.
we were also trying to do this podcast interview during the time that you were actually doing your in the studio for the new album.
Oh yeah.
But you
Right.
were so focused. You're like, I can't be
Yeah.
distracted. I was like, oh
No.
no, I totally get it.
Yeah.
Get your stuff done, and then we'll do the podcast
Yeah.
episode when you're ready. And after
Yeah, I'm a very
yeah.
distracted. I get very
Oh,
distracted
I do too.
very quickly and easily, and
That's most people.
yeah, and honestly, I think that my job as a producer is now also, and to DJ and whatnot, is also to go on, to go through these like marketing shoots and stuff, and it's just like too distracting for me, all of
Things have
this. I like
changed. Yeah. I feel like
not a big fan.
I feel like the music culture, especially from, underground back in the day to now with social
Mm,
media, there's content, there's, now podcasts, there's so much marketing that goes involves with anything now.
yeah.
So, and I understand that it's a
Yeah,
lot to take in, but it's like you just have to adapt
yeah,
to the new times now.
or not, or not.
Or not, but
I don't have to do anything.
no, but it is what it is, right? You just have
It
to,
is what
yeah.
it is, and but yeah, I choose not to a lot of the time
Yeah.
because I don't like it. But yeah, that's why I'm like, whenever I'm here in the Empire Studio, the Empire Studios, I have like 8 hours, and I try to do that,
Yeah.
and not like all the other. Hey, look at me,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
I just try to get it done. That's why
Oh, of course. No.
I couldn't.
And
I'm
by,
sorry,
no,
but thank you
no,
for
it's all
having me
good.
now.
No, of course. Now, let's talk about, your album, which, by the way, go buy his album, Pre-Save, listen to
That's
it.
right.
It's out on all platforms. I've listened to it all. It is amazing.
Thank you.
Um,
And it is kind of laid out in a way that you can listen to it actually from start to finish, and
Yeah.
it makes kind of sense
yeah.
in a way.
No, yeah. I was on
Um,
Spotify and
Yeah.
the whole entire
Yeah,
track
thank you.
list.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Now, let's kind of dive deep into kind of your involvement with how you got involved with Dirtybird, right?
Yeah.
Your first record was The Major in 2012 with
Correct.
Dirtybird.
Yeah.
And, ever since, like, how did that come about? Like, your involvement? How did you reach out to Dirtybird? And
I mean, I knew the label since 2006, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. when um I think it was Who's Afraid of Detroit and The Whistler.
Mm-hmm.
That was a crazy record. Or was it Deep Throat and Who Was Afraid of Detroit? I don't know. But I know it since Deep Throat, which is was Claude Van Stroke's one of Claude Van Stroke's like um first tracks on the label, and it's pretty cool because it goes like
Yeah.
you know that one.
Yeah.
That's a crazy record. Yeah, and we played that at this festival in Berlin as Robosonic back in the day. People were like, "What the fuck is this?" And yeah, and then since then we've just been me and Cord in Berlin. We've just been like really big fans and just like ate up all those records and played them there in Berlin at a time where maybe the label was not super famous, but it was getting there. And then it was like Made to Play got Jesse Rose got like I think it was Made to Play. Jesse Rose got residency at Berghain or a Panorama Bar in 2000, whenever that was, 6-7 something 6-7
6,
6-7.
7.
I'm always like, whenever I say that, anyway, 2006-7 something around there, or maybe later, I don't know. But then like Claude Van Stroke came over and played a bunch of times, and I think then at some point Justin Martin came over, and then
That's kind of how it all started.
yeah, well, I think it's just, I was just like a fan of the music,
Mm-hmm.
and because it was very different, and so we sent him our vinyl promos to San Francisco, to wherever, Haight Street, or I don't even know where the where the office was, but it was somewhere, over here, and so that they would have him. And I had this podcast called Berlin Kreuzberg Institute, which was in 2007, 8, 9, something like that, when where I just like interviewed artists on Skype.
Oh,
And
wow.
yeah, cut it together.
Man, I haven't heard that in a long Skype.
Oh yeah. No. This was like early podcast stuff,
Wow.
And then we put it out on just like on a server
Mm-hmm.
and posted the link, and I would get like 20,000-30,000 downloads for
Wow.
every podcast. And one of these occasions, it was like a monthly thing, I
Mhm.
think, focusing on labels, and on cruise or whatever. It was like Kind of Music, yeah, we did back in 2008.
Mm-hmm.
There was Dirtybird, and I think Mothership. Also, Mothership was the other label that was also like Dirtybird, but maybe more Europe centric.
Mm-hmm.
So we had like Cats and Dogs, I think, and
Oh,
J
yeah.
Flip
J Flip, yeah.
on one of her first podcasts in the area, Berlin and whatnot, and just like sort of built up a relationship with the label and with the artists. And I think Worthy came over at some point and crashed on my couch.
Dirtybird OGs, man.
Yeah, Justin Martin came, and Riverstar and whatnot, and we played like a fusion festival together. And no, it was just like Christian Martin also. Yeah, and so it just kind of developed from there, and I just kept sending demos for years, and then no feedback. Not no feedback, but like, they were like, "Oh yeah, it's cool," but didn't like it enough. And then finally, I think Christian Martin was the label manager at the time also. And then finally, I sent one that Von Stroke liked, and yeah, he put it on the compilation. It had DJ Rush vocals on it, and I that's how the
And you're
label
still,
release
yeah.
journey kind of started. Yeah, I mean, the label went through so many
I know.
different
Avenues,
20 years is
yeah.
a long time.
Yeah.
If you
Yeah.
think about it, it's like there's barely any labels who stay active that long, and then who at a level that's like that.
Yeah. And then now
Yeah.
that Empire has acquired Dirtybird Records, which, you know, happened in 2023, I mean, let me just tell you, Dirtybird community,
Hmm.
we still love Dirtybird
Oh
no
yeah, for
matter
sure.
what.
Oh
And
yeah,
what
yeah.
Empire is doing,
Hmm.
bringing the community back together and
Hmm.
kind of the true roots, back to the basics of
Hmm.
what is the true foundation of what Dirtybird is all about.
Hmm.
I
Hmm.
think is really important what Empire is bringing to
Oh
the
yeah,
table.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
for sure, for sure.
And so, how has the support been with Empire now with Dirtybird Records been for you?
For
For the
me,
art, yeah, with the
great.
album
Yeah,
and
yeah. I mean, um, Daron, I have to credit Daron for making this album happen. Aside from me making it, obviously, but he gave me the opportunity a couple of years ago. I just had a year and a half ago, or whenever that was. I just had a chat with him about just like, hey, I'm in San Francisco. Do you guys have a studio or something? I heard you guys may have a studio uh, through Empire. Can I maybe use it? And he was saying like, yeah, but only if you make an album for us. And I was like, oh,
well then.
well then.
You're like, that's part of my bucket list
Yeah,
anyways.
right. And it was part of my bucket list. I didn't even think this was gonna happen. Like I wanted to make an album for Dirtybird, I guess, already 10 years ago, but the timing just wasn't right. And so I was like, all right, let's do it.
Yeah. And I think,
yeah.
after COVID happened,
Mhm.
I think it just shifted like creativity for everyone, right? Like just with music and, everyone trying to come back together. Because the community here in the Bay Area changed a lot since
Oh yeah,
COVID.
everywhere. So
Everywhere. Yeah.
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 For sure. I mean, it's also time,
Yeah, exactly.
People get older, maybe they get kids, maybe they move away, maybe,
Yeah.
communities, they stay active for a certain time, and then they still active, but maybe they have other priorities,
Yeah. Oh, no, of course.
I'm 45 now, turning
Don't
40.
look it. You
Thank
look
you.
still
Appreciate
young.
it. Appreciate it. But yeah, like I try to prioritize different things now. And so I think maybe it's just like that is also part of it, aside from any personal things that might have happened or whatever. It's
Yeah.
like, we all went through a crazy pandemic, right?
I know.
And
It's
we
crazy.
had to change things, adapt, and
That's what life's about. It's
Yeah.
adapting to new things and can't be scared of life.
Right.
Gotta, take the risks
Yeah,
and
right.
do things that you may be scared of because
Right.
you're not living life if you don't take that
Right,
leap
right.
of faith.
And like Von Stroke is a very a very prominent figure
Mm-hmm.
in electronic music.
Oh, yeah.
Always was, and
Always will be, yeah.
and he was integral to the label as a kind of
And
bigger
dance
group,
culture,
but like
too.
dance culture,
Yeah.
but like kind of spearheading that in many ways.
Mm-hmm.
And so now without him being involved, it's like a different it's a different thing, but the label still lives on, and I'm excited to see what's gonna happen,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. And one thing that I love about Dirtybird too is just the Bay Area community, right? I feel like the dance community here in San Francisco and just all over Bay Area is so different than any other community just because
Hmm.
we all support each other. Everyone's,
Yeah.
collaborates just to make sure everybody has a good time, right? That not includes like artists, that includes like production companies and everything around San Francisco.
Oh yeah.
Like, what is your take on the Bay Area dance community and why you love it so much and what gravitates you to hopefully you're going to make this your new home too soon,
I'm gonna
right?
try and I mean I've been trying to move here for years.
Timing.
Timing, yeah, right. That's
Yeah.
timing. You never know. I mean, yeah, you can manifest things, but time,
Life sometimes throws curveballs.
or whatever you got to do other
Avenue. Yeah,
things,
yeah,
like
yeah.
it doesn't even have to be like a bad thing, but maybe you have other things,
Yeah.
that happen. But no, I mean SF is great. SF is it's a big city, but it's not like as massive as, let's say, LA, where I was living for 8 years or something before, or even Berlin. I feel the community here is maybe a little smaller.
Smaller, yeah.
A little.
A lot of people know each other, though.
And a lot of people know each other. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, like LA is a very, here you can like walk around, you can go to the park, you can, it's easier here, I think, in SF to get together, come together as a group.
Yeah.
Or groups, or, and then it's just like such a free spirited city. Always has been, I think.
Yeah.
And so I think that's why, people here just like to party and dance and celebrate and
it's their
do
escape.
weird shit.
Yeah, it's their escape from reality, right?
Yeah.
It's just like enjoying themselves.
Look at that weather. I'm just kidding. No, I love it here. I would love to.
Well, we love you too.
Yeah, thank you.
The Bay Area, San Francisco, we love you. Every time you're here.
Thank you.
Appreciate
it. I love it here
we come
too.
in full force.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of the Bay Area, I wanted to kind of touch base about your experience with the first collaboration coming back from Dirtybird Campout when it was a bit of hiatus to now collaborating with Northern Nights Music Festival. You were there last year, and you played the Bird Bath stage and featured, the first single from your album, Say It with Victoria Rollins.
Victoria, I mean, I played a few of them album tracks, but Victoria hopped on a mic.
Yeah, I was there, front and center.
Yeah, smashed it. Victoria.
How was your experience with the first collaboration at the festival?
You mean with the way
with
that
Dirtybird and Northern Nights collab? Yeah.
Good. I mean, yeah. I loved Northern Nights before they collabed. I've been there once actually before. And I played at a different stage, but it was a similar setup, like by the river, or by I mean, I think it was the same river. Yeah, there's not two rivers, right?
no, there's only one river. Yeah,
okay, so it's like a little bit further along.
Eel River.
Down the river. And Eel River, that's the name?
Yeah, that's the name of it. Yeah. Just a little fact side.
Interesting.
It was my first,
I like eel.
Yeah, it was my first Northern Nights, but it was my sixth camp out.
Sorry. Yeah. Your sixth camp out? That's good. That's good.
Yeah.
So
I'll be going this year too.
Okay, nice. I'll see you there.
Oh, okay.
Probably.
Well.
So like Northern Nights was this smaller, Northern California festival, kind of smaller and intimate. And I think even though now it's bigger, that Dirtybird Campout is part of it, it still keeps some of its intimacy, I think I liked it. Yeah, it's cool. I like the river and the whole nature aspect of that place. It's pretty chill.
Yeah, I loved it so much. I had the time of my life. It was my first time actually going solo camping. And my first trip to a camping festival alone. So that was something I've always been scared of doing.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And I finally did it.
Okay. I think festival good. Congrats.
Yeah,
and
thanks.
I think a festival like this is a good first
I had the time
solo
of my
camping
life.
experience.
Yeah.
You'll meet so many friends and
Other than that, some things that I do like to ask artists, especially like, what advice would you give upcoming DJs or producers who want to get involved with, any record label, whether it be in the Bay Area or anywhere in general?
Don't do it for the fame, kids. Don't do it for the fame, because this is just going to be shitty music that's coming out of that, I think. But not that it matters what I think. I think really, but no, I think it's like, as a DJ, I started off because I loved the music and because I was a nerd and because it was like something that I really loved, not something that I did so that I could get followers and like blah, 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 all this, marketing stuff.
Yeah.
And so I think if your heart's in the right place, you can do it. And if you also just like, then it doesn't matter, what the outcome is in a way. You know, I feel many younger or many, maybe, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel many people um, do it just to become famous, which is like,
It's more,
it's
yeah,
kind of super lame in my opinion. Personal opinion. It's
like for
like the
clout and so,
like
yeah.
really lame, like lowest of the lame. If that's what you started for,
Yeah.
that's my opinion, and that's so kind of explains why maybe I also sometimes I'm a little adverse to putting my face on camera and saying some stuff.
But you're an animal, just like your song
Thank
when
you,
you're
thank you.
behind the decks. So
Thank you, but that's what
yeah,
that's I'm there for that.
yeah,
I'm there for the music, and I'm for the producing, and for there for all that kind of stuff.
and for the love of the music.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I think that if you're in it for the love of the music, and if you're okay with, you know, um, with the artist life, which
Hmm.
can be difficult at
Yeah.
times, especially if you don't have, support,
Mental health is really
financial,
important
mental
too.
health, sleep,
Oh
blah
yeah.
blah blah, drugs, etc. Whatever. You just gotta um, take care of yourself and of your soul, and know, and just be in it for the love of it is my my advice. But also do whatever you want. You know, I'm not
You
here
only
to
live
tell
one
you what to
life,
do,
you know what I mean? So do
but
what you want.
yeah, sure, yeah. Just if you wanna, I think, yeah, just do it for the music. The music is number one. Should be number one in my opinion, and the rest will follow.
Yeah.
Also, in my opinion,
Yeah.
that's yeah.
Well,
Maybe that's my
Sacha,
advice.
one more question.
Yeah.
What is on your playlist that you listen to
Right now,
right now? Just randomly.
I'm sharing this like disco playlist with my girlfriend.
Okay.
Just like that stuff. I love that stuff.
Like disco house.
Disco, old disco,
Okay. I love
new
that.
disco,
Yeah.
indie dance. But just like I don't know. I've just been listening to that lately. If you're asking me what I'm listening to right now,
Awesome.
and
Yeah.
like stuff from the '90s, maybe stuff from the
Oh,
'80s.
wow. I
Yeah,
love the freestyle 90s,
yeah,
80s. Yep.
yeah.
Bring it back.
That's right. That's right.
Bring it back to the trends.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Sacha,
You're
for being on
welcome.
the podcast episode.
You're welcome.
Everyone,
Thank you for having me.
of course, please follow him at Sacha Robotti, and listen to that new album because it is quite amazing.
Thank
Good
you.
to have you, and
Appreciate you.
hopefully get to have you in the next upcoming years on another
Hopefully, yeah.
episode.
Hopefully. Yeah.
All right.
Alrighty.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Have
Take
a
care.
great day, y'all. See you on the next episode. If you enjoyed this episode of Behind the Drop podcast, don't forget to add us on all social platforms on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and TikTok at Behind the Drop podcast. You can find our episodes on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify podcasts. Make sure to follow us for more episodes.